Welcome to this light edition of the Death Head Dice Battle Report. We're doing a turn summary report, mostly because Nick and I had a very limited period of time to play this game. Also, this is our first game of 6, and we didn't really want to document all of our mistakes right away. And lastly, I have a new camera, so I wanted to test that out as well. So we'll jump right in and take a look at the armies. So we'll start off looking at Nick's 500-point Black Templar army. For this battle, he brought a squad of 5 initiatives and 2 neophytes, and they're loaded into a rhino with a stormbolter. His army is being led by a Reclusiarch, and they've got 5 initiatives with a missile launcher, 1 with a missile launcher and a Melta, and there's also a squad of 5 initiatives with jump packs with standard close combat weapons, so chainsword and bolt pistols, and he is going to keep those in reserve. And we'll take a look at the 500 points of Orks I brought. I'm following some advice from previous battle reports where I'm taking more boys, not as many toys. So I've got a big mech with a shock attack gun. Ignore the custom force field, the miniature is still in the box. And I'm taking 2 squads of 20 boys with shootas, and there's 1 big shoota in both of those squads. So there's 40 boys, and also a squad of 10 lutas. And basically I'm planning on having the lutas and the shock attack gun firing from the back and just rush those boys forward. So we'll take a look at the table setup. I was able to win the roll-off and opted to have Nick set up first, and then I failed to save initiative. We did roll a mission on the 6th edition mission chart, but realized it was just going to be too complicated and we were just going for victory points. So we'll go to the end of turn 1. This is both Orc and Black Templar turn, so really not a lot of activity. The Rhino moved up, took a pot shot, was able to hit one of the boys on the right hand side there, and then the other boys were moving up as well. So really not a lot of activity. The Ludas weren't able to do any damage, and there's the 1 sole Orc that died at the end of turn 1. End of Black Templar turn 2. So the Rhino took some shots at the squad of boys and failed to do any wounds. The unit in the back there with the missile launcher took a shot at the Ludas and failed to wound. They hit but failed to wound. And that was about it for the Black Templar turn 2. On to Orcs turn, end of Orcs turn 2. And I moved my boys up a little bit more. I spread out the other squad because that assault squad's going to be coming in. I want to give them less area to be able to do their dropship. I also was able to, with the Ludas, be able to remove the weapon or weapon destroyed twice, which not only destroyed the weapon but immobilized it. So end of Black Templar turn 3. Nothing. The troops there were able to take out some of the boys coming around the corner. He did attempt to bring in the assault squad, but they scattered off the table, and he did remove the boys from the Rhino in behind the Rhino itself, giving himself a bit of protection there. And did take out, those are the boys, there's our dead count there for the Orcs, and the dead count for the Marines. The Orcs have a little catching up to do. End of Orcs turn 3. So, boys keep moving forward towards that other squad. Was able to take out, I believe, 1 or 2 of the guys, and the other guys were in behind. I did manage to take out with my shock attack gun. Rolled a double 2, which managed to, Nick got to place a template and took out 4 of my own guys. So I have more of my own deaths than anyone else right now. End of Black Templar turn 4. The assault Marines were able to drop in. The boys there took out another Marine, and the Ludas were firing and didn't really do much damage. And those other Marines are just still hiding behind that Rhino. And so yeah, he took out some more of my guys, but I was able to take out 2 of his. So still a significant lead by the Marines for just straight body count. So end of Orcs turn 4. So at this point, that assault squad was prime target for my Ludas. So the Ludas just led into them and took out all 5 of them. And at this point, that leaves us with not a lot for us to do for the end of the game. So at this point, We called it because we ran out of time, so we called it as an Ork victory, with the final score being 1 victory point for the Orks for taking out the Assault Marines and none for the Space Marines, or the Black Templar. So thank you very much for watching. This is a very brief battle report. Again, I wanted to test my camera. We didn't have a lot of time, and also want to make sure all my 40K subscribers realize that I haven't given up on 40K. I've been doing a fair bit of War Machine and Horde stuff of late, so I still plan on doing some of these. And I actually kind of curious. I have my Orks for 6th edition, which I can play, but I also have a significant Eldar army, which I really haven't touched for a very long time, including having painted. Comment below if you like to see more Ork items, or if you want to see me branch into the Eldar stuff, because I'm kind of tempted on what I've read and seen so far. The Eldar stuff kind of is intriguing me again. So comment below, let me know what you want to see more of. And as always, any comments, suggestions, rule corrections are appreciated. Just comment below. And thanks again for watching.